in most cases, I would present it to people who have not gone that much in education, where one would have to explain certain terms one would be using. But I'm looking around, it's a nice troop of people, young and old. Yeah, I am sure some of you are in the, what I would call, doing part of your life with regards to where you are. And some of them are in leading in their life. They started doing, they grew, they better themselves. They are leaders in their own respects. And leadership starts at a very low level. If you're a supervisor, you are leading. If you're an MD, you are leading. If you're a CEO, you are leading. If you're a foreman, you are leading. Various stages of leadership. But at the end of the day, you're still leading at a certain level. The back might not necessarily be stopping at you. You have someone higher up, or people higher up where the buck stops. But soon, in your progression through life, the buck will stop with you. And hence, sometimes it is necessary to go through sessions such as this, to build our people. I've mentioned that it's a day's program, but we've cut it down to an hour, hopefully. Unfortunately, when I check with Snombilo, if my presentation is on slides, unfortunately, we are here, where that kind of technology has not yet arrived.
On the farm.
Yeah. And look at me, I'm also bragging that I've arrived at that level. Yeah. But I'm sure the youngsters might shame me. Let me just stop there. But it would have been nice. I'm therefore going to skip some of the slides which were talking about me. For the sake of time, I'm going to skip that. And the other one was, it's just leadership involvement in my life, where I've been. Yeah,
I
it's,
loved it.
you love that.
Yeah, I would have loved it. With who are we dealing with?
It's inspiring. We value.
Okay, I like this engagement. I hope you're going to maintain it, right?
We'll try.
Okay, let me then, I will be, just give me a couple of minutes. Leadership positions in business, I will work backwards, like your CV. Or let me start from where I started. Yeah, when I left varsity, I worked for Nestle's.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes.
Hmm.
I started here.
Yeah.
Okay. Randbeck. Oh, okay. Okay. Ah. Viva, Nestle Viva. I can see it there. Yeah, the bay. Yeah. Okay. I left probably before you came on board. I worked for quite a number of years, but I'm looking at leadership positions. I started as a trainee way back during the days of what was called BCA advancement, which was black, colored, and Asian advancement before the promulgation of your employment equity. So I was supposed to be an accountant.
I like that.
Yeah. I'm going to skip that and his frustrations during those years. I was the head of personnel from May 1989 to January 1995 at Nestle's in Escort. Coffee plant. Oh yes, you know Zulele. You know Zulele Mzelase. We'll talk after. May his soul rest in peace. Yeah. And then in January 1995, I joined Edels down in corner Victoria and Retief. It's a shoe factory. I was the executive director of human resources. That was from February 1995 to June 1998.
It was important.
I then left because of the industry started to bleed. Shoes and clothing and all that. And then I joined Umgeni Water.
We've been there.
Okay.
They are sponsoring this conference.
I can, oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why we're excited.
When was Umgeni Water?
Yes.
Umgeni together now.
Okay.
You see why I insist.
That's it.
When was that?
I hope they will extend time.
When was that?
That was, I joined Umgeni as an HR development manager in July 1998 and I left in September 2004.
What? No, it wasn't.
No.
She was still a nurse.
After, it was still a shop steward.
Yeah, shop steward and a nurse.
During my time, it was a nurse and
She went there.
in the house shop steward. You know our ex-MEC, Temba Mtembu. He was the chairperson of the house there. And then that's 2004, and then I was employed by the Eastern Cape Parks Port as an executive director, HR and administration from October 2004 to March 2007. Wow. What an experience here. It beats all my other experiences because we were employed with the CEO by the Eastern Cape government to establish the Eastern Cape Parks Port.
Wow.
Which is more or less like your KZN wildlife. Yeah, and I worked with a very good lady, Nokulunga Maswana. We worked well with that lady. We established the organization. We were on TV with Vuyo Mbuli when we launched it in March 2006. I then left it March 2007 because they say if you involve in the setting up of an organization, leave it for others to maintain
Run
it.
it.
But also my family was here, so I had to come back. And then
Emotional. When you talk about this one, you emotional. You laughed. You really laughed.
my family.
The job.
The job, yes.
Realistic.
Yeah, it's a type of a job. Most jobs, when you get on board, is because someone has retired, someone has been dismissed, someone has, the job is there. You just
This one you started it.
we started it. There was absolutely nothing when we arrived, not even offices. And we arrived straight on Sunday to a strategic planning workshop in a place you don't know, people you don't know. We only went to our offices on Wednesday. There was nothing. We used our cell phone for communicating, building on the strategy we had. What an experience.
Wow.
Matching
Cleaners.
three departments. There was a tourism board, which in terms of the promulgation was to be merged with the Eastern Cape Parks Board. Tourism board was running. Then there was us, the two, and many more to follow under Eastern Cape Parks Board. And then there was about 600 employees to be transferred from DIT, because basically the parks dealt with biodiversity, conservation, and ecotourism. So because government could not deliver, that's why they came up with this promulgation that there be a public entity to drive that aspect. So I enjoyed my life there. Difficult. We never had working hours. I had to share here because we would wake up with board members saying we want this. We had to, obviously when you merge people, there are legislatory frameworks which you need to adhere to, like your Section 197 of the Labor Relations Act, that people transferred cannot be worse off than they were.
Yes.
We had to then come up with policies for this new entity, taking into consideration what those employees were benefiting indeed and in the Eastern Cape passport. But it helped us to come up with very good policies. And then I left KZN, Eastern Cape passport before, in 2000. 2007. Oh yeah, I was once the acting CEO when my captain was on maternity leave. Such that when we launched it, she was on maternity leave, but I phoned, I said, you come back. You just gone for maternity. You're not dead. You just come and be with me.
It's bullying.
She liked it. No, I did not want to steal her thunder.
Yeah, true.
While she's around, she had even given birth. And she was reluctant initially, afraid of a board member. I said, no, come. I will tell them.
This is your time.
This is your time. Yeah. I want to see you in the morning live show there. Not only me, I'm acting, you are live. And she was present and we had a nice time.
Wow.
And then and then I left end of March 2007. I joined the KZN Department of Arts and Culture as a Director, Human Resources Management and Development until my retirement in April 2021. Quickly, I have a Bachelor of Commerce from University of Fort Hare, a Diploma in Personnel Management.
Wafunda no Mandela. I wanted you to laugh.
Such a character, I'm telling you.
That was in 1979. Some of you were not born. Those were difficult years. Yeah.
Not born.
And then diploma in personnel management. I got it in 1989 after being kicked out in accounting and finance, and then I had to go to HR, and then I was told to do this diploma. I did it. Fortunately, I got a lot of credits. And then I did an advanced business program with the then Technical Natal, which is Durban University now, in 1997. And then in 2000, I did a BTech in management at honors level. Community activity, I was a chairperson of Imbali Rehabilitation Program for survivors of violence from 1994 to 1999. I was also the executive committee member of Imbali Unit 13 Residence Committee 1992 to 1994, just before the elections. Other occupations, that's when I came in. I was a trainee accounts supervisor, accounts trainee. I became a personal officer. I was also a private teacher. I was teaching my students at Manaya Altat School. I was teaching business economics.
Transfer those skills.
And then quickly to finish, membership participation on boards, management committee member of the KZN Midlands Institute of People Management branch from 96 to September 2004, part of Womenco, and was the chairperson from 2000 to 2002. And then a member of the Executive Council of the Peter Marisburg Chamber of Business, the first one after Uhuru, 2000 to September 2004. When I resigned at Umgeni and went to East London, I had to resign from the chamber, but they said no. We're accepting your resignation, but we'll make you an honorary member. So I'm the honorary member of the Peter Marisburg Chamber of Business from 1st October 2004 to date, obviously, until I die.
You won't die now.
No, not yet. I'm not prepared.
Not now. Still young.
Executive board member and chairperson of the Peter Marisburg branch of Protec. I'm sure you know Protec. That was 1998 to September 2004. Chairperson of the KZN Midlands branch of the Black Management Forum, and regional board member of BMF KZN region 2001 to September 2004. You'll notice all of them are September 2004. That's when I left for Eastern Cape. non-executive director of KwaZulu Transport, Igwigi, 1996, December 1996 to August 2001. Non-executive director of KwaZulu Transport Services Corporation, same years. Non-executive director of Notec International here in town, in Maritzburg, January 2004 to September 2004. Deputy chairperson of Amandla Finance Enterprise, January to September 2004. Board member of Business Support Center, Peter Maritzburg, July 2003 to September 2004. Member of School Governing Body at Epworth High, 2002 to 2004. Executive member of the Eastern Cape Board of Directors, 2004-2007. Member of the Eastern Cape Parks Board HR and Remuneration Committee, 2004-2007. Council member, Umkhondovu, FET College, October 2007 to January 2009, and chairperson of the council from February 2009 to 2013. Member of the Peter Maritzburg and Chambers Oversight Committee from 5th May 2021 to date, and currently Abelusi KZN board member and chairperson since October 2022.
Keep going forward.
I am sure you won't mind. I'll sit and stand up sometimes.
No, it's in a
Yeah.
place.
This is my presentation is a copyright presentation. I'm not gonna, the next I was gonna talk about my then boss and how he became my boss, but because of time, that's John Allen. We will skip it, and he refers to it, it's his company Involved Leadership, derived from Atom Lead. It's a copyright. Right, as we progress, ladies and gentlemen, I see two gentlemen there. We're in a minority, guys, so we have to shape up a bit. I want to hear some always. If any questions, that's it. I like it. Yeah. I want that bass. Yeah, if any questions, please don't delay your questions as I progress. Just lift your hand to say what, and I will stop. We've got something like this. I don't know how, unfortunately, but you will see. Where is leadership in that tree? You can see that tree, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Now you can begin to think, where is leadership in this tree? Where is leadership in this tree?
It's in the roots.
Thank you. Leadership in this tree?
But it's
Prepare your own answers, right? Don't follow that here. Remind you, where is leadership?
No, you can't be
Good.
at the top.
Okay, I had roots here.
Yeah, it's in the roots.
Okay, yes, lady.
No, I said in the roots.
Is there roots as well?
Because it's plant.
It's what you
Rose.
want it to be.
Roots. Okay. Well, you will be embarrassed.
Yeah,
It's everywhere.
lead in front,
All those
back,
movements.
and from all ends.
I beg yours?
It's probably throughout.
Probably throughout. You understand what she's saying? What is she saying?
It's a proper.
Everywhere.
Hmm?
She's saying it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's almost
Yabona everywhere. You want to think.
That's all.
Where you
Yeah.
supposed to be?
So basically, leadership is not in the tree. So it is not in the tree. It's not in the roots. It's not in the leaves. It's not in the
Not
stem.
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
You know, everywhere. You think.
And let's go to her everywhere.
Can I ask something?
Once I
Yes.
open the
Is it
Jamaica
correct if you
panel.
say it's everywhere? Because, for example, let's say if I'm a CEO, I'm supposed to be able to go to the floor and be
Yes.
able to interact at their
Yes.
level, even the cleaner, so that I can understand how your value adding to the whole bigger picture, even if you're a cleaner.
Yeah.
I must be able to work at levels, go to cleaners, go to operation guys, go wherever. I mustn't be seen sitting somewhere.
I'll give you a distinction. Where does the distinction start? 75%? Distinction?
75.
75. You get a distinction. Yeah, I'm gonna. There is
Your
it.
field.
There is it. There. Where is
Management
leadership in that
assessment.
tree? Oh God, come back. It's about creating the environment for growth and prosperity. Think about this tree. It's not in the roots, because it's not only the roots that will grow this tree. It's to prepare, I've seen your hand, it's to prepare the environment. And there's so much involved. You start thinking about the soil. You start beginning to think about, you saw this, where the stand, what kind of a stand do we have on this tree? And remember, you're not growing this tree, you harvest it tomorrow. It's going to take years managing the growth of this tree. Hence, environment is the correct. Yes, my lady.
I have two questions. I'm going to reserve one for when you're done.
Okay.
But I just want to ask, what is leadership and what is a leader, and what's the difference between leadership and a leader?
Okay.
Leadership is an act.
You know, as you heard, I was once a private teacher. We don't answer questions.
Another question.
Thank you. We just guide. You've heard her question, eh? You've heard it well.
Pendulane.
The difference between a leader,
Leadership and leadership.
Leader and what is leadership?
Leadership is an act, it's an action.
Leadership is a style.
And a leader, if there is a difference.
colleagues,
A leader is a
It's an
person.
action.
A leadership is a style.
And it's
leadership is a
style or
style,
action.
and the leader is that human being, that particular leader. You're a leader. In your situation,
Now it
in your
depends whether
environment, wherever you
you are
are.
an autocratic leader.
I hope so. You're a leader at home.
You are using.
You might probably be having siblings who are younger than you. You are leading those siblings. You might not think, but you are giving them direction. But
Yeah.
it's an interesting question. Let me.
It's also like somebody who has a vision and ensure that that vision is being run with. Like that, like for me, if you are a leader, you must have that vision and you must run with, like make sure that it's visible, it's clear enough for people to understand it and to run with it. So you literally, take that responsibility.
You know this lady. She wants to take my job. Why should I not sit down? And you come and run this thing. I mean, she's just saying it as is.
But to what she's saying, may I add something, sir?
Yes.
So, in being leadership is understanding the vision and
Yes.
a mandate that has to then be put in place and bringing out the best in everybody to ensure that you're meeting the vision. Does that not
No,
It is, yeah.
Can I
Who's
pack and
that guy?
No,
It takes
but
a
I
guy.
Right?
No, I must just pack and go.
There's another suggestion.
No, it's showing that you let it right. Keep
Yeah, ne?
Yeah, keep it
Okay,
up, keep it up.
my lady.
I think leadership is also influence, because sometimes people might have the position and the name, the title, but they don't have any influence on the people underneath them. In fact, sometimes it's the other way around. The people underneath them will influence the leader if the leader is not a strong leader.
You're quite correct, and we're seeing that in our country, where people are promoted to leadership positions they don't deserve.
I see your hand.
Yeah,
You
I know.
can't be embedded in a good leader, unfortunately.
I want to come to you. I want to answer your question. What is the leadership? What is leadership? In a simple term, leadership is the ability of the leader to influence others, followers, to achieve a common goal. Your next question was, who then is a leader? A leader is a person who directs, motivates, influences his or her followers to behave. Remember, she spoke about values. You mentioned values. To behave in a particular way to achieve a desired outcome or goal. Some of you mentioned vision. Answer? Yes, follow-up question?
So let's take the tree. We said in the tree, no one is a leader. Contextualize it in the sense of human beings. I just want to see if I'm getting you correctly. Are you then saying that everyone, in a sense, is a leader? Because you said that I'm a leader in my home. So does this mean that everyone, even at home, is a leader? And if so, are you saying that basically in every space that everyone is in, they are leading? And what does that look like? Leaders leading leaders.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're correct. As I opened here, I did indicate that some of you are supervisors. Talking about level of leadership. Some of you, if you work in a factory, are called foremen or superintendents, you know, those old titles. As you go up, you go to government, you become an assistant manager. You lead in people in assistant, but you are being led by a deputy manager. The deputy manager is a leader in his or her sphere, but he or she is being led by the director, and so on and so on. I said, you are a leader at your home, particularly if your home, I'm not being specific to you, is a child-headed family. So 16-year-old can be a leader, ensuring that his or her siblings, age 12, 14, 10, do go to bed with something to eat. How he or she does that depends on her leadership skills, whether she goes and beg on the street or she goes and work in the gardens. So yes, you've got it. You can go home now. Yes.
Can I ask something? Does it also leadership entails not leading resources, probably to lead processes and systems? Let's say I'm a subject matter expert in that particular environment. It doesn't mean that maybe I'm leading people, but by leading that process as a subject matter expert, it means that I'm also a leader.
You are a leader. Remember that processes don't work on their own. There's always a human being.
Element, yeah.
That you are a specialist, but you do have specialists below you. You're not alone. So yes, you are a leader. You will have to manage the performance of those people below you. Whilst maybe people are few, but the bulk of your influence is on machinery, billions of machineries, and you are being evaluated on that, not people. But the truth of the matter is that you have people. Yes, you are a leader.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it back to the business where you don't have people, but you.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there. Yeah. I don't want to say, are you satisfied? I want to say you understand a little bit, but as we progress, luckily you said you will reserve the second question for the end.
Yes.
Let's keep that question. Right. Must get out of this. This was another leadership principles of mine, which the lady there, my lady, prompted. Now I'm gonna, otherwise I would have pinned it there, but I'm not gonna be showing this. I'm just gonna read it. It's various quotes of various leaders in this world. Quotes which talk to leadership. Nelson Mandela, in his bestseller, Long Walk to Freedom, I quote, "I saw my garden as a symbol of my life. Like a gardener, a leader must take responsibility for what he grows. He plants the seeds and watches them grow and then harvests the results." That tree I showed you is called a bonsai tree. It's a Japanese tree. It's a bonsai tree. It's a little tree. And they like in Japan to grow trees, not necessarily because of the lack of land, most in Pacific Rim, like your India, space is a problem. So they don't have fields like us, where you have forests and you just plant. So they use those trees. You saw that tree. That tree is called bonsai. Now Mandela, not a Japanese, and having never lived in Japanese, he is talking about what exactly I showed you. I'll quote him again. I saw my garden as a symbol of my life. Like a gardener, a leader must take responsibility for what he grows. He plants the seeds and watches them grow and then harvest the results. So it goes to what my lady there was saying, it's in everything, it's in the environment. As I indicated, you start by choosing even the kind of soil you are using, your compost. You have time frames to water it. Sometimes you come to talk to that tree. You've had people talking to the tree. Trees, so that they grow. That's part. And until then they can see some fruit, but they still have to manage that fruit when it's raw. It's still a flower up until it becomes a genuine fruit for harvesting. That's the whole process. So leadership is in that whole process, is in that environment. Okay. No one confused now? Good. I'm on quotes. The next quote is by, some of you might know Jack Walsh. He's a doer of leadership. He was the chairman and the CEO of General Electric in the USA. A very popular leadership guru in the late 80s, early 90s. I'm not sure if he's still alive. He says, before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself.
Oh.
Sure.
Before you are a leader, success is about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. That was Jack Walsh. Can you see where we're coming from in terms of this leadership?
Yeah.
Before you were a leader, your success was measured by you growing yourself. You study books, you listened well to your superiors, taking you through the work in this section, in this department, so that you grow. You build good relationships with your peers. You'll never succeed if you're the type of a person who arrives at work and wears a dog's face. No, you should be a jolly person. Be a people's person. You don't have to pay for that at any rate. It's free.
Mahala.
It's mahala. You're growing yourself.
So it's even close to this thing of saying your ability to follow and your following quality will determine the type of followers you would have in future.
Viva. That's it. Because you are setting a good example on how to behave in a work environment. As I said, if you're a person who arrives, you're late first of all, and you arrive, you don't greet any person, you're wearing a dog's face, and you have subordinated, they're copying all this bad attitude, this thing. And you're not building the people. You're just destroying yourself and your subordinates and everyone in that environment. So that was Jack Walsh. And then...
Sorry, that quote essentially says that before you are able to lead, you need to be willing to invest in yourself.
Exactly. You can't just, we hear sometimes sayings that leaders are born. Well, you can be born because you are the son of a chief. But if you are stupid, you will never become a genuine chief. But you will be a chief, and you will be driven by your subordinates. Because they will say, I do this now because you can't do anything. You're quite correct. Then I moved to Theodore Hesbeck. Theodore Hesbeck was a priest in the Catholic congregation at the University of Notre Dame in US. It's a private research University. He says, the very essence of leadership is that you have a vision.
Yeah, it's very important.
You can't blow an uncertain trumpet. I'm very sorry, I had brought my vuvuzela, but I forgot now to bring it here. I parked far away because, you know, after, was it 2010, when the vuvuzelas came about, how many of you attempted to blow vuvuzela, but
Yeah, it was hard at first.
yeah. So your vision to be a good vuvuzela blower was not a genuine vision. You never subjected yourself to understanding how to blow it. That's what he's saying. And hence the majority of you, including me, can't blow the vuvuzela. I was just going to present and say, just blow the vuvuzela. You won't make it. Yes, Mpilo?
I've got those pencils and papers that you said I must bring.
Oh, okay.
So should I distribute it?
Yes, you can, because sooner or later we're going to get to that exercise.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was Kyoto mentioned habits. And then lastly, I'm not going to flood you with these quotes. This is John Gardner. John Gardner, you seem to know these leadership gurus. Yeah. In his bestseller, On Leadership, that's his book. He says the two tasks at the heart of the popular notion of leadership are goal setting and motivating. We've heard all these things. Goal setting and motivating. You can't achieve a goal alone and leave your people behind. We're going to talk more to that. Great leadership. For great leadership, there are two basics, ladies and gentlemen. Two basics and a rider. Based on what you've heard from Shari and what I've already mentioned. The first basic, never lose sight of your goals. Never. Never blink. You sleep, you fall. Well, I'm not necessarily saying don't sleep, but every morning you need to check where are you. Remember, colleagues, the vision talks to those of you who are involved in the strategic planning exercises. It depends on an enterprise you are working in. You could be working in an enterprise where you set your strategy, you have a 5-year strategy. Some organizations have a 10 years, others 15 years, others 20. Think of forest industry. When you plant these trees, to have this tree ready for the market, it probably takes about 20 years. So Mondi and Sapi must be having something like 20. Yes, they can have smaller time frames, 5 years, but their ultimate strategy, I am sure, I never wait for them, but would be about 25 years. Because their vision is not about a tree. Their vision is about delivering. What do they make? I don't want to say
Timber.
wood. Timber to their markets, raw as it is. Remember that timber is still going to be used. But this timber takes 20 to 25 years to grow. Obviously, their vision is to be, by year, let's say now it's 2023, at 25 years, by year 2048, we should be in a position to deliver so many timbers to so many customers. So never lose that vision, never lose sight of your goal. So that's the goal, that's the vision. The second basic, remember the first one, I said vision. Never lose sight of your goals, that's vision. Your goal is a vision. You set yourself this vision, but the saying is that never lose sight of that vision. The second basic, get others excited with that goal.
Inspire.
And it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy, but aim to get others excited in order to deliver on your goals. And it does not
How do you
necessarily.
get them excited?
Yeah, there are so many things. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But not only people you are leading, even your clients.
I beg yours?
But not only people you are leading, even your clients must.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And remember, this is not saying be soft to people who don't want to be part of your team. It must be easy. You can just tell a person, say, you know what? You're a hindrance to my vision. But remember, you must have communicated your vision to all of them. And therefore, really, I cannot work with people like you. You'd rather be honest, straight, and let the person go, and you get a person. Not everyone will be like that. So what I'm trying to say is that don't be a nice leader. A nice leader, because sooner or later people will dance over your head. Have principles. People must understand you and your tolerance level. Beyond that, no. It's more or less it's like marriage. Yeah. Yeah, but that's why divorces is because those people used to sleep in one bed. They were a mission.
Yeah, what I like, Mabjefu Uguti, there are two scriptures in the Bible that says, write your vision so clear so that whoever runs it, run with it. Habakkuk 2. And then there's also another scripture that says two will never walk in one direction unless they agree to walk on that. And then divorce, it's like division. So a vision is divided twice, it's broken. So now it can't be in one direction. So even friends divorce, employees and companies, you join a company because of your value. When it doesn't serve your value and your core beliefs, you leave. It happens when leaders change and people change and there's no contingency plan, or you don't grow the next layers of leaders to take after your vision or to carry it forward.
Good, my lady. You should have been here. And amen, now. Now we're quoting Bible and you're bringing Bible into this phenomenon. Amen, now. Thank you so much. Very relevant.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like it.
Succession plan.
Important.
So, getting others excited with that goal. Now we're talking about passion and belief. Your own passion as a leader, and not to be selfish regarding you enjoying this passion. Let those around you have a feel of this passion and believe in it so that they can walk along with you towards the achievement of your goals. Those are two basics. And the writer, good leaders surround themselves with good, competent, and capable people. That's what it's all about. And I'm sorry, it's the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, you surround yourself with useless people, you're gonna go nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
They kill your vision.
Oh, they'll kill your vision and then leave and probably steal it. There's so many thieves out there. And steal it and take it elsewhere.
And mess it up.
Because it's not that they're stupid, but they're silly. Yeah. Some are greedy. They want your vision to be their own vision. Yeah, that's a writer. Good leaders surround themselves with good, competent people. Right. Let's look at, I think I'm just going to be very quick. The two basics, never lose sight of your goals, a vision. Now, I skipped something. Right at the beginning, let me talk to it. There was kind of a table of contents. We were going to talk to, let me quickly go to this slide. You made me skip the slide when you said I must sell myself. The flow of my discussion is going to be the leader, but the leader broken down into three aspects of the leader: the head, the heart, and the hands. we'll leave it like that for the time being. I'll go back and refer to it. The head, the heart,
And the hands.
and the hands. And then thereafter, we'll talk about leading and doing. I think there was something, discussion around that.
Leader and leadership.
Can you do that? I think Cheryl touched on that one as well. I think she said she could. I think as a training specialist, you know, it's an enterprise, a small enterprise, but generally you cannot. We'll talk to examples, and then lastly it will be values. Okay. Then we were in the middle of the leader. We're talking about the head. Now we're gonna come to the two basics and a rider, and then bring the head, the heart, and the hands into these basics and the rider. Never lose sight of your goals, which is a vision. The head. Let's just think of you've been to lion parks and probably seen some films of lions. You know lions? When they are hungry,
Yeah.
their vision is to eat.
Yeah.
To eat. And I don't think they discriminate anything they can eat. But a lion
Never lose focus.
never loses focus. You know, when it gets in here, it will see you. You know, from one of these reserves around here, maybe it's around here, and it comes here, it will just see you. And I don't care, we can run and run. If it's targeting you, it will follow you until it gets you. But usually they're not, the lion is not alone. It's don't know whether you call them a flock or a nice English word. There are cubs, lion, a pride. Yeah, even the name is you know, is intimidating. You know, it's the lion, and then the lioness with the cubs, brothers and sisters, the whole family. And remember, the whole family is hungry. Now, when they come here, and it sees you, my sister.
God forbid.
God forbid. And the worst is that all of us, because remember, there is the carbs and whatever. And their vision as well is to fill up their stomachs. And then when they look here, they say, yo, gosh,
So much meat.
so much meat. And then they run. Now it's the vision. And when they look at us here, they will pounce, one will pounce on you and say, I'm not losing you. You can disappear this way. And you've seen them in these films when they chase the wildebeest and whatever. They would fall, particularly the weak one. They like the weak ones because they can't fight back. That's their vision. Now, we're talking about the head. They've thought, they've seen, they said, there's a man. But then it goes down to getting others, including yourself, excited about the goal of chowing all of us in.
Yeah.
And everyone becomes excited because they're hungry. And they end up having that passion, that belief that our goal of eating something with flesh is going to be achieved because they're seeing this meat here. Now that's a heart. Then it goes down to the actual exercise now. Now that lion is not going to kill all of us. It depends on the other members of the pride, those hands. Remember I said it's the head, the heart, the hands. He, the lion, will feel satisfied after they have devoured all of us. They've achieved their goal. But he knows that he would not have achieved it if he was alone. So the whole pride family assisted in achieving their goal. They'll go and sleep nicely, you know, their stomachs full, and they'll wake up the following morning and target they have another vision of where they will eat the following day. Right. Good leaders surround themselves with good, competent, and capable people that pride are those good hands, extra hands. Atom Lead, that's John's organization, has 10 dimensions of leadership. He reduced them from, there were 154. He told me the story when he sat down and did this exercise. But I think it's like your values, because sometimes when you see values, you see a value which looks like in its meaning the same as this one and whatever. So he consolidated these dimensions of leadership into 10. But in this 10, I will read the 10 dimensions. The 2 we have spoken about, the vision, the passion, they belong to the 10. We'll cover the other 8. Basically, it says, in order to have an enterprise that will deliver on your goal, you must have a vision and you must have passion to achieve that. That's not enough. But these are the key, very important dimensions to drive that vision. Maybe, just as an example, some of you might remember this through reading. I don't think you were there. I was still young too. John Kennedy, the then president of USA, in a joint session of Congress in May 25, 1961, said, "First, I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the main goal before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth." That was May 1961, John Kennedy mentioning this. He had this vision. What was his vision?
To have one American man go safely and come back from the moon.
It was his vision. It was also time bound. Within this decade. The decade we're talking about the 60s. John Kennedy delivered.
Yeah, did.
Neil Armstrong,
Mark Shuttleworth as well.
well, recently. Forgotten the other 2 guys. There were also Apollos. I think they were on Apollo, yes. But Neil Armstrong and 2 other, if you Google them, you might find them. They landed on the moon in July 1969. He set the vision in 1961. And he was not driving it, he was the president. He had the heart, setting the vision. Sorry, the head, setting the vision. The heart, having the passion and the belief that no, my people will land there. And the hands. He had capable people, capable engineers. I don't even know what his qualification was. Maybe it was just an HR person.
Sure.
Yeah. But never an engineer. But he knew that he has a team in his country
Sure.
who can carry this vision and they achieved it in July 1969. Now, we're gonna just do a small exercise, vision exercise. Take your papers. Please, no looking at others and no questions. Yeah. No looking at others' drawings and no picture and no talking.
Pause.
Yeah, no copy. On your piece of paper, draw
Instruction.
a body.
But ungabhala
Yeah,
ngikho
a torso.
When I was with them, you would?
A torso, a body.
It's also a body.
A torso, a body.
Umzimba we toy.
No, a body. Okay, let me remove a torso.
It's also umzimba.
Draw a umzimba, draw a body.
A stigma.
Without a head, nothing.
It's up to you.
No, ask no questions.
Oh.
No, I should not have responded, in fact.
Yes.
Yeah, I should not have responded. Yeah, draw a torso. No looking at others. Then the next I want a head.
The next page.
No. On your drawing, you have started with a body. That body is headless, isn't it? No. And it's got nothing. So now add a head to the body. It's gonna be the same. Yeah. Add a head. Add 2 legs. Add 2 legs.
Lalela my instruction.
The next question, the question I will have